Hi everyone, we are going to talk about C6, which is about instructions and giving students specific, detailed instructions that contribute to their success and ensure their understanding of assignments and activities. I'd like you to think about when you go into your face-to-face classrooms, the kind of instruction and context you might give to students before you start an assignment. And that's a good thing to think about when creating your assignments for an online class. So for example, here is a discussion board that I've created with some questions for students to answer. Now you can see there might be some problems here. Yes, there are questions. However, there is no instructions as to what story is being looked at, where to look at in the textbook to find this story, and there's no guidance as to maybe some context about the subject, what is expected of students, and you can see how this could increase cognitive load for students. It could be very confusing for them. So instead, let's look at the same discussion board with some instructions included. So in a lot of my classes, and I haven't created them for every single assignment yet, but I do include not only written instructions but optional audio instructions in case the students want to listen to the instructions instead of read them, or if they can listen and read along at the same time. This discussion board is early in the class, I think it's week 2, and so I do have a link to the reading outside of the textbook in case the textbook has not arrived. Notice that I've provided the name of the story, the name of the textbook, the page numbers, and also the handouts I want them to look at before they answer the questions. In addition, I have a video here that is describing the context of the author who wrote the story itself, and giving them a way to have a deeper understanding of the story itself so that they hopefully can do some meaning making, when they're digging into the questions for their main post. In addition, for the peer responses, I don't just tell them to respond to peers, I tell them how I want them to respond to their peers, and this helps students go beyond the good job kind of comment, right, which we don't want them to do. So I say responded to peers by noting an interesting point made in their posts and commenting on how those points connect to your own experience of the story. So that gives students something to work with when they're responding to their peers as well. In addition, and this is probably outside the instructions parameter, but I do provide some resources for them if they need to know how to do certain things that I expect in the assignment, as well as a checklist to see if they remembered everything that's required in the assignment. And of course, I have a grading rubric attached as well to let them know how I'm going to grade the assignment. And my rubrics can be pretty extensive, but it shows them every aspect that I'm looking for in the discussion board post. So ultimately, whether you include all these things or not is not the point. The point is, are your instructions clear? Do students know what they're looking at, what book they are supposed to read, what story? And do they have enough information to move forward confidently in completing assignments? So I hope this example helped, and I look forward to talking to you later.